Taking the headset off. I'm out of here.
ISO right now. Podcast member.
search of. Meaning I need these.
Yes.
And welcome everyone to episode 162 of The Mashup, the best bourbon conversation ever here, all week long. We're your hosts, Anthony, Kenny, and Mr. Steven. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's happening?
Hola, hola, hey.
Yeah.
Roll. Getting play now. All right, what? What we say? I was bending bottles, man. I was half paying attention. Thank you.
Welcome to The Mashup.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for joining us, sir.
It's very good to be here.
Yeah. I think that what's really funny is that recently Steven and I were on vacation.
No. Really?
So you can dog on me all you want, but it's good for the soul. And we were both we mapped it at 40 minutes apart from one another.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and it was great. I didn't see him once, Kenny.
Honestly, yeah, that is a perk. That's a perk.
Well, I took my annual pilgrimage to the Bluffton, Palmetto Bluff, South Carolina area. You know, we've been going on vacation now, I think 6 straight years.
And I've been hearing about it for 3 straight years.
That's right, because you've been here for it. And do you guys normally go where were you guys at again?
Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
There you go. So we were right next to each other, and Kenny was just in LA, in the Lexington area.
That's
like
right.
He always But
well, so I had an idea.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I said, they're gone. The boys are gone. It's time to play.
No.
Play Diablo?
There you go. And for the listening audience that doesn't know, Kenny, when he's not recording or blinding or binning bottles or doing anything else, he's pretty much playing Diablo. Like that's pretty much it.
I've become that. Yeah, I started doing that more often. The new season, they finally changed Diablo around. It's actually, it's easier to level now. It's better how the fixes work and everything. So
I mean, yeah. So if
grinding.
You're of the gamer nerd persuasion, we have one right here for you. But so what did you do while we were gone?
I called in the big guns, Mr. Ryan Alves and Mr. David Jennings.
Oh my God,
we recorded without you suckers.
So you took over the mashup. You get DJ on there, you get Alves, and you do this in a veil of secrecy. And then, wait, here's the best part. Not only do they record, but then Kenny hands me the memory card and says, good luck with this.
To be fair, we texted you ahead of time about 6 times saying good luck with this.
Yes, you did. That's true.
So,
you did.
The episode we thought would drop sooner than later, but it's going to take a little edit in there. It was a long episode.
Yeah, so if I find 3 or 4 days of time to do nothing but edit, then that episode will be debuting sometime here shortly, probably in the next, I would say, couple of weeks.
Or you could just put like triple explicit on it and probably just let it roll as is. So no, I'm just teasing. It's not that bad.
I was going to say, come on,
it's really not.
Keep it clean.
No, it's not. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. So hey, Steven, when you were on vacation, sir, did you do any bourbon hunting?
No, I did not.
Well, would you like to hear about my experiences in South Carolina? Or
what
is that
dusty
too boring?
did you find?
No, we would not.
No.
Of course I do.
It's
you
fun, guys.
Fun stuff. Because you found that bad boy, like the only balconist that I've had that's actually been good.
Yeah,
on
that's
that one
true.
vacation.
Mm-hmm. That was 2 years ago, I think. And so last year, I think I updated the audience and didn't really see much down there. I think that's when I got that Paul Sutton bourbon that we reviewed.
Yeah.
They still had that.
The same bottle?
It's still there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's such a small community. It takes them a long time to sell through some of the bottles down there. And so they did tell me at that little Boundary bottle shop right there in Palmetto Bluff that they got a Bardstown Bourbon Company pick. And they said it sold out so quickly. They said it sold out in like a month and a half.
Dang.
And I was like, that's crazy. So that just gives you an idea what the appetite is down there. And then I was seeing Jack Daniel's Barrel Strength Rye on a lot of the shelves. But when I saw that at stores, it ranged anywhere from $95 down to the one place where I bought it, where it was only $75, I think, or $70 maybe, plus tax. So I thought that was a good price for it, and I picked that up. But other than that, I saw the PGA bottle. But one of the cool things, I bought Elijah Craig PGA bottle down there. I think it was like $55 or something like that, which is over retail. But I still was happy to have it and add it to the collection. And then the really cool thing is, you remember me talking about Big Jim Liquor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Big Jim's, this store is in Bluffton, and it was probably 4 years ago when I first went in there, started talking to the owner. That's where I got that Balcones pick, Kenny.
Okay.
And so I went in there, and I just thought, like, okay, he's out again, because last year I missed him completely. And here he comes from the back room. So I got to sit and talk to Matt, actually, who's the proprietor of Big Jim Liquor. And he said he's listened to our podcast, which was really cool. And we talked about
your recommendation.
What's that? By my recommendation, yeah. Doing a little plug-in of the own self-promotion there. And he's a really straight shooter. I like talking to him because I got an idea of how distribution's going down there for him, for especially like Buffalo Trace products and stuff like that, with the switch over from RNDC to Southern Glacier. And he said it's kind of been uneven. And, we went back and forth and talked a lot about the market down there. And he said they still are doing a lot of bourbon. A lot of bourbon is still the focus of a lot of the sales they're doing, even though they're in that hotter climate with tequila and vodka.
Yeah, facts optional.
Facts
But I'm going to correct it before we get to the next episode.
What did I say? What did I do?
Southern Glacier.
Is it wrong?
Kentucky Eagle, isn't it?
I think that Kentucky Eagle, though, doesn't distribute BT in South Carolina.
With them it's different down there?
I think so.
Ooh, look at Anthony with the facts.
May have had real facts, but it's funny. We'll find out. I think Eagle's only handling distribution here, but I could be wrong.
Well, if it's like around here, there's a lot more stuff on the shelf now.
Well, that's what I told him, and he said
the mafia mob is not in control of it.
The mob, yeah. Well, it was interesting. It was a lot of fun time, and got some good fishing in down there. We went an intercoastal waterway area, and then also these little marsh areas around the place that we were staying, where I wasn't supposed to catch anything. I caught redfish. Kids caught largemouth bass. All kinds of crap. It was a fun, relaxing time.
Did you have like a daily schedule?
No,
because we did.
Oh, what was? Yes, please enlighten us on what was your daily schedule, sir.
Want to hear how difficult this vacation was?
Yeah, well, you guys go with like 4 families, or something?
Four families total in the house. So 16 people.
Anytime you go with that many people, it's going to be problems. But let's hear about this. I'll chime in.
So we got up, went to the pool in our yard.
Oh, nice.
Ate lunch.
Okay.
Then walked 3 houses to the beach.
Oh, beachfront.
And then stayed there, and then went back.
Oh, nice.
And repeat it.
And what was the drink of choice when you were down there, sir?
All clear.
You said that. Remember when I tried to nail you on that?
It was Tito's, tequila, rum.
Rinse and repeat. No bourbon. Any bourbon consumed.
Or Forester Rye.
Oh, how did that mix? What did you guys make with it?
I think when my friends tried mixing with some, because he likes to mix a lot. And then I think I just took on.
Sir, what?
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard too. Was Sir Mix-a-Lot. Nice.
But I think I just drank it on the rocks.
Okay, very good.
It's hot.
Yeah,
so
it is hot. I did some bourbon down there. I took a couple of samples of things that I wanted, and when I was at Big Jim, I bought Smoke Wagon the Younger, because it was actually cheaper there than it is in Kentucky. Man, it was okay. I mean, Kenny, I let you try that the other day.
How younger?
It's like, instead of like the older MGP that's in their uncut, unfiltered, I guess they use younger stuff in that, and so they call it like the Younger or whatever. And Kenny didn't like it. He said that it was young. And
that doesn't sound like a good label on a bottle.
Yeah, it doesn't actually, but it is. It's I guess it works for them. But I guess Smoke Wagon just hit South Carolina now. That's what he said. He said that's been selling well for them because they just got it down there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so
yeah, I was not a fan.
Yeah, had to make sure I bought something though while I'm in there, right? I mean, didn't really have anything interesting. That's the thing about Matt. He was cool. He was like, you know what? I would tell you if I had something unique that you had to try. He's like, but I really don't right now for a person like you. Yeah. I was like, okay, I got you.
That's fair.
Yeah. So he's a good guy. My wife was like, where are you at? I'm like, well, just spend an hour over here talking to Matt. I'm like, come on. I mean, got to prioritize important stuff over here. So we're out on vacation, and you were recording with DJ and Alves. So
yes.
Yeah. By the way,
I think I got the better end of that.
Why? You come on, man.
It's my boys, dog.
I know they're your boys, but I mean, we got to get you on vacation at some point in time. I feel like we need to take a mashup vacation.
We went on a dolphin boat ride.
I know.
Saw dolphins.
Did you really?
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
They jumped out of the water. They're 5-6 together, just surfacing, going under.
We did a dolphin tour as well.
Nice.
See the stuff you're missing, Kenny. I know.
I
know our kids are considerably younger than yours, so
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of that stuff years ago, but
you did go on vacations. You went on vacation once upon a time.
Yeah, I'll have vacations again. We're
again.
It's just some of our listeners might relate to this. I mean, we have 3 very large dogs.
Yes.
And older dogs.
They're a little bit older,
Yeah.
but 3 large dogs. Basically, if we don't have anybody to watch them, if you board your dogs, they messes them up really bad.
Right.
They are one of them is on thyroid medicine, so it has to have it twice a day, like pretty specific times and all that. So trying to get somebody to come over twice a day, and but you also you want to let your dogs in and out. So there's several times that I will get away for a weekend or something by myself, and then Shannon will go by herself. But it's been a little while since we've been together, just due to that. We did go not too long ago. We took the camper out and took the dogs with us.
Oh, nice.
That way we did get away. So,
and one of your dogs survived being taken care of by Caleb that one time, didn't they?
yeah. I think that was just one. Was that just one day? Though?
I think it was just one day, but that was good on the dogs for surviving that. Poor Caleb.
They like Caleb.
Yeah, I know. I'm always making jokes about him, but we got to have him on at some point in time again to yuck it up. I mean,
his track season's almost over, I think.
That's right. There you go. Well,
he's done a great job with it, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, he's been killing with that stuff. So, well, do you have any other vacations planned this summer there, sir?
Not this summer. No.
No. I mean, I don't right now.
Bull spit.
But you never know.
He's already been on 3 this year.
And he's going away in just a couple weeks.
At least 3 this year.
I'm going on
Kenny, remember he went on a vacation within the vacation.
Oh, he did too.
Yes, that's right.
So he was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving, heading home the other day." And she's like, "Well, we're actually going to go over here for another 3 days."
Yeah, we stopped in Charleston. Do you guys want me to talk about that? I would spend too long. All I can tell you is
we're good, man.
We went to
the listeners are good too.
We went to this really nice restaurant in Charleston. And it was terrible. It was like, how you put like salt.
He has the worst luck at restaurants.
You know how there's salt in the food? Like sometimes you get over salted food at restaurants. Right. This was like inedible, salty.
Oh, wow.
And I would call their name out, but their owner actually got upset when I left a bad review. I didn't leave it. I left it like so it wasn't visible. And so he actually reached out to me and said, like, come have lunch at our restaurant, our premier restaurant tomorrow. And I said, well, we're leaving town, or else I would. So at least he was willing to try to make it right. And they took one of our meals off the bill, but it was bad. Like, I didn't raise a fuss about it. It was just like someone, and it was sous chef or whatever, must just taken salt and just dumped it on everything. Like, there was salt. My kids' cheeseburgers had salt on top of the cheese and underneath the cheese and in the patty, like crunch. Like you could take a bite of it and it would crunch. So it was like they put coarse salt on everything all over the place. It was crazy.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, so Charleston, the foodie capital of the world, did not deliver for the day and a half we were there. Yeah, but we got to go to Fort Sumter and do some cool things there.
Did you go on the aircraft carrier?
No, we didn't. We could see it when we were going out to Fort Sumter, but it was pretty cool. We got to do the raising of the flag out there and stuff. That was really sentimental, Mm-hmm. Got to be in the place where the Civil War started. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, but anyway, that was so dark of me.
Getting off those tangents.
There you go.
Well, guys, we got a review on Kenny's favorite platform this week.
Oh, Facebook?
Yes.
Well, there you
Ooh.
go. Oh, so
the Zuckerberg delivered it.
Yeah, so a few episodes back, I actually said that our reviews had flattened out, and even though we didn't have a chance to record since then, I can't believe that as soon as that came out of my mouth, we got this flurry of reviews on Apple Podcasts. Like, it literally went from 97, 98 reviews on Apple Podcasts up to like 102 or 103. Yeah. So we have a lot of catching up to do, so hang tight. If you left us a review, we appreciate it. As Stephen mentioned, the review that was left this week was on Facebook, and it was a 5-star review and a recommend. That's how the Facebook reviews work. And this was actually from a person I mentioned a few episodes back, Seth Scala. He wrote, lived in Lexington for 7 years, and one of the hosts is a longtime friend of mine, so I may be biased, but this pod is a fantastic listen. Each host adds a personal touch to each episode, and it's a perfect combo of life, friendship, and bonding over particular interest and hobby. I still consider myself a novice bourbon drinker and collector, but have learned a lot from you gentlemen. Keep up the great work, and salute. So yeah, I mentioned Seth as being a guy who recently got back into listening to our podcast, and a good friend of mine, and I was just tickled to see that review, because even though I know him, and I know Kenny, you've known some people, as soon as you see that review and it's actually there written down, it means so much more. So thank you, man.
I write most reviews myself, so I don't get shocked very often, but on the real ones, I am pretty happy to see those. So...
Oh my God, that will never get old. My goodness, man.
Burner accounts.
Oh yeah. Well,
I appreciate the review, and honestly, I mean, I still consider myself a novice. I've only been sipping bourbon a little over 4 years, so I definitely feel you on that one. It's fun though. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Met a lot of good people.
And then the other thing that, I mean, can't really do this on the fly, but we're going to have to cover it pretty soon coming up is Steven had mentioned in a previous episode that it would be good to crowdsource potential things to put on shirts for.
Man, I have had 2 people or 3 people reach out saying that they want to buy shirts with some good stuff on them.
Yeah. And so Mike has got us a whole bunch of recommendations, right? A bunch of quotes that he's picked out. We had a bunch of other interaction on one of our Facebook posts about it.
Funny.
So yeah, we're gonna be going through that in one episode and talking about some of those quotes that people thought were most memorable from the show. So freaking fantastic.
Good stuff.
And if you like a shout out, just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, or however. Next time we record, we'll give you a shout out. So guys, for this week, we have a bottle of Wild Turkey Master's Keep Triumph.
Oh yeah, here we go. So the Wild Turkey Master's
I'm behaving
Keep
over here.
Triumph. This is a straight rye whiskey. The distillery is the Wild Turkey Distillery. The bottle date is 2024. The ABV, that was a cork pop. Sorry, my goodness. The ABV is 52. The proof is 104. The age is 10 years, age stated, which is their oldest age stated rye. We'll talk about that here in a moment. The mash bill is 51% rye, 37% corn, and 12% malted barley. This was a distillery and nationwide release recently here, and the MSRP was, I think, is it $2.99 or somewhere in there? I think it was what, $2.95 after tax.
$2.59 plus tax at the distillery.
Okay,
and they have the double tax up there. So if you got it at the distillery, it was like $2.91 after tax.
Okay, $2.91 after tax. So expect something around, I would say, the $2.75 mark, probably in most markets, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. So. And so far, a little bit of secondary on this, maybe like $350, $400, depending. But it's really new at this point, and it's not going to hit all markets. And if you order it from, what's that place called that tries to do their retail? The bar or something or other that I ordered a bottle from and I didn't get it for like 7 months.
Oh yeah,
Reserve Bar. Yeah, if you order it from Reserve Bar, then next year you'll find out how it tastes.
Dude, I had orders from them that I thought were canceled and done.
Right.
And 4 months later, I saw a charge on my credit card. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Oh, we finally filled your order.
There you
go.
Oh,
okay.
I don't know why they picked they had to have picked Reserve Bar to be a strategic partner for that, and it's great that they're allowing people to get in markets. But it's like, man,
trickles out.
Trickles out. They're like, it has to get distributed out to stores. So, like, I think the bottle of Generations that I got from Reserve Bar came from some store in Texas, like 6 months after it was released.
Wow.
I was like, where was this sitting in the back room? Did somebody just fill a bottle and send it to me? Reserve Bar's like, here's your bottle.
Yeah.
Terrible packing.
Yeah.
Too.
Total Wine back.
Yeah. Total Wine.
Speaking of Total Wine.
Oh my God. What's the matter
Kenny,
with
you sent me an interesting link.
Yeah, so all of our listeners out there, just do yourself a really good favor here. Go open your web browser and go to AnthonyLovesTotalWine.com. That is an official website now.
Oh my God.
So go to AnthonyLovesTotalWine.com. It's very new.
Very new.
Right now it's got a little redirect, but it is actually a legit website. And there will be more to come on that very soon.
Oh my God.
I just have to build the website up.
So this is the kind of
But
crap.
it's at least a redirect for now.
This is the kind of crap that we do to one another. So what was this, like Father's Day, right? I'm minding my own business. And all of a sudden, Kenny starts sending this link, AnthonyLovesTotalWine.com, out all over to like friend text messages, to our mashup text. And then it's getting posted in local groups and all this other stuff. So I'm like, what is going on? I'm trying to I'm with my kids and stuff and family things for Father's Day. And I click on it and it redirects to where? Well, you know what? We won't ruin it for the listeners. You got to go find out where it redirects.
But that's just temporary until I get the real website up and going. So we're going to have a lot of good stuff on there.
There's probably going to be like, I can imagine pictures of me, like Photoshop Total Wine onto my clothes and all kinds of stuff.
Kenny, he'll be like the Flat Stanley of Total Wine. We'll take a picture and he'll just go in there and just
everywhere.
I think maybe on the website we could have a Flat Stanley cutout of Anthony. People could print it out, cut it out, and then go take pictures in Total Wines around the country.
Oh, that's an upload them to that.
That's a great idea. That's a freaking great idea.
Awesome.
Oh man, well, I'm happy to have my likeness associated with Total Wine since it's now we're almost on 3 years. No, more than 3 years now since I've stepped foot in a Total Wine, I think. So, yeah.
It's not what your account shows.
You're a heavy buyer.
You make periodic purchases, my friend.
God. My favorite was still that one you made, but I won't say what bottle it was. Oh my God. Anyway, so we got carried away there.
So we got this bottle.
Yeah. Please enlighten us on this bottle.
Well, it's a rye, and the color on the label is green.
Green. It's green, and the box
is green.
Green, no surprise. Yes. But you know what I liked about that? Hold that box back up so I could see it. The box it's got like this blast on it. Like it looks like it's an embossed kind of blasting coming from it, like showing that this is like shimmering almost. And it's on the outsides of the box. And so if you're familiar with Wild Turkey Master's Keep, you've seen them put it out in this sort of box and very cool bottle combo. It's very unique. And this one is, I think, elevated a little bit. Would you say it's a little bit elevated?
I don't know if the other ones have that blast on it, just where they're darker. From here I can't see it.
Yeah.
Steven's going to go walk closer and check out the other boxes, but
some of those boxes,
I don't think it has that same.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't like.
And some of them were kind of blah, right? Like some of the boxes just were kind of like, they weren't blah blah, but they're just like a plain color and everything.
So this one's kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
Like an explosion coming out from the turkey. So if you look at from the turkey, it actually all goes from the turkey and outward.
You know what I thought about when I saw the name of this bottle?
What?
The Woo Revolution, the Triumph. You know the double CD, the Wu-Tang Forever CD with that song, the Triumph. There you go.
He's on a swarm.
I mean, I know they didn't plan that, but I think they could have collaborated because I would have loved to see this box and bottle draped in Wu-Tang symbols for the Triumph. That would have been great.
The turkey could have had a Wu-Tang necklace.
Yeah, could you imagine Jimmy sitting in the gift shop with a Wu-Tang necklace on?
Or T-shirt?
I just saw Jimmy in the gift shop.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Okay, do inform here, sir. How's he doing?
I had honestly never met him in person.
Okay.
Him and his wife came in. We were there. Actually, we were there just Sunday on Father's Day. Nice. For a brunch. It was a brunch. It was for the Triumph. We had a tour, a tasting, all that stuff. So we had already eaten our brunch, and we were waiting there for the tasting. And him and his wife came in. He was walking very slow. Very, very, very slow.
He's 90 something, right?
Yeah, I think he's 90.
I think he's 90. Yeah.
But he, once he got set in place, though, man, he is sharp. He is witty. He's a funny guy.
That's awesome.
He's a really funny guy. It was really good. So I got to talk to him, took a couple pictures with him. I did bring a pocket pour. You know me, take pocket pours everywhere.
You're going to pocket pour Jimmy?
So I pocket poured Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
He was game for it. I know he didn't love it because he's of that era and age where it's just Elmer T. Lee, him, those guys. It's more what's a little smoother, a little vanilla, or, a little. But I poured him 88 CGF.
Oh, wow.
Now that's Eddie's favorite pour.
Okay,
or one of Eddie's favorite pours. But because when I poured it for him, I said, "Hey, here's one of my favorite pours, 88 CGF." He's like, "Yeah, my son Eddie, that's his favorite pour." Okay. Which that's what Alves said as well. Yeah. I knew that was Eddie's, but he still drank it, so he was game. But it was real cool. It was just
that's awesome.
It was really funny, man. It was awesome.
Like, you made this. Do you remember making this?
Yeah. And then we had Bo was our tour guide that day, and Bo is just incredible. Everyone knows about Freddie at Buffalo Trace. Bo is flat out awesome. That was one of the best tours, best just tastings I've had. So Bo's legit.
So I would definitely
recommend. Now that they have tours again, you know, they were closed down for so long.
Right.
But now they have them, I would definitely recommend getting up to Wild Turkey. Somehow request. I don't know how you can request Bo. I really don't know how that works.
Right.
It's kind of like a Buffalo Trace. I don't know if you can really request Freddie or not. But
so how was the tasting room? That's all.
It was all. Yeah. It was a really nice visitor center. It was a great overlooking the little S bridge out there with all the river and everything that way.
Has it changed much since they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they redid it.
Wow.
And then nice little tasting room. Was kind of like secluded. You go in there. It was nice. My oldest son went with me, so that was his first bourbon tour and tasting all that. And he loved it. He had a great time.
Well, that's great.
But it was neat. Got to tour the warehouses also and the whole distillery area. So fun time.
But what was for brunch?
Oh yeah, Steven's on the food.
Yeah, somebody catered it, or it was catered in. I don't know the name of the catering company. The eggs were very bland, not very good.
Oh, man.
Believe it or not, the bacon wasn't super flavorful.
How do you have not flavorful bacon?
That's
What the
weird,
heck?
I know. But the biscuits and gravy, that gravy was off the charts. So it made up for it. But yeah, they had just a bunch of fruit there and everything. But the biscuits and gravy were really good.
Was the bacon floppy or crispy?
It was kind of a floppier. You could tell it'd been done in the oven, but just maybe not as long.
Steve is recoiling over here.
Yeah.
Flavorless floppy bacon. Are you biscuits and gravy guy?
Yeah.
You obviously are.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I was going to have to quit the podcast. And you said you don't like biscuits and gravy because I love biscuits and gravy. That's
Steven,
like
I don't like biscuits and gravy.
That's it.
I've
Get
actually
'em
never
out.
heard of it.
That's
Done.
right. Sorry, done.
All right. Taking the headset off. I'm out of here.
ISO right now. Podcast member.
Search of. Meaning I need these.
Yes. Ben. Oh, oops, I can't read.
Oops, I can't read. Sorry, I thought that you were. Oh my God, that drives me nuts. I love when I see something like that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shoot fire.
I don't even know where we're at now.
Man, so this bottle, the box had a big explosion on it. That was cool looking, coming out from the turkey.
Yeah, that is nice.
Well, should we go for our first nosing?
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Kind of like caramelly, kind of like a bourbon nose, but it is 51%. You're right. I mean, it's, barely legal.
Right. I'm going to try to coat the glass a little bit more because the caramel note's definitely popping off.
It's strong.
It's very strong.
And while you're doing that, I want to bring something up I thought was really neat and cool.
Yeah, please.
I was fortunate enough to go on a few different picks, with Alves and David Jennings and those guys up there. But we also got a tour the last time, even though they weren't officially open for it. We got like special permission to do it.
Okay.
And something I did not realize. A lot of our listeners probably know about Wild Turkey, where they have a little bit lower entry proof. They go in the barrel at 115 proof.
Right.
But what I did not know, and I learned last time when they brought it up again this time, was they come off the still at 130 proof.
Whoa.
You can come off the still at 160 and still be bourbon, 160 or less. They come off at 130. And Jimmy's thoughts behind that were, if you're going to, make a vodka or whatever, you're coming off at 190 plus. You're trying to basically strip everything out.
Right.
So, the higher proof you get, the more it strips out. So, they're White Dog. They come off at 130, man, and go in the barrel at 115. Wow. So I think that's why they're so flavorful too. One mash bill, one yeast strain.
Right.
Well, obviously, you have rye mash bill. As far as bourbon, one.
Yeah, it's only one bourbon and
mash,
one rye. Yeah.
But they create so many unique flavors. So they did the whole thing, where you put the White Dog in your hand, smell it, and then once you kind of rub it together, you can still smell the grains later. But they really do come off still at the lower proof point to help enhance flavor. It's pretty cool, pretty neat.
Well, also on this nose, I'm getting a little bit of citrus. I can't place what kind of citrus it is. And I'm also getting a little bit of, the spice, of course, but the spice is like almost like I call it a grain spice. It's just I can't really put my finger on what the spice is. It's just, but citrus, vanilla, caramel. Not getting anything like amazingly like off profile or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They also, we're talking to Bo up there on the tour. They actually cook their rye in the mash for a little bit longer than other places do. They say so it's kind of like cooking. If you just cook green beans longer, cook whatever longer. It's they do a lot of flavor extraction that way.
Nice.
Take some of the harshness off. Because I've had some Wild Turkey ryes and several of them, and they aren't harsh. So maybe that's part of it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, the nosing is not coming off harsh at all.
Yeah, no ethanol pop at all.
This is 104 proof, I think.
104, yeah. And I did want to note that when you're talking about their processes there and the fact that you just got to talk to Jimmy, Stephen, we did a review prior to Kenny joining the podcast, I think, for Russell's single barrel rye at some point in time. I think we did. And I remember telling the story at that time about how Jimmy really has never really been a rye guy, right? He didn't want to make
Correct.
rye. And I just want to make sure that was the truth, that I wasn't making that up.
Yeah, no, it's
Because we have you here.
Yeah,
I got a little more knowledge.
yeah. Jimmy and Eddie, neither one are really into rye, but Bruce is. So there's a lot more ryes coming available. Older ryes coming out, thanks to Bruce kind of moving up the food chain there. But rye also, it's a lot. I mean, rye, they talk about how sticky it is. So it basically just gums up all your equipment. So they actually just make rye twice a year there.
Wow.
Just because the cleaning process is so
And they
intensive.
used to just do it once a year, but now the demand's higher and they're doing it twice a year. But just everybody hates. That's what I talk about. All the employees up there hate when they do rye because it's just you got to clean everything inside and out because it gums it all up.
Either of you guys ever drink like bedtime tea?
Yeah.
Like the mixture that has like a
That's called,
like,
that's called bedtime?
yeah,
Or sleepy
like it's a
team?
sleepy time tea or
Yeah.
something like that. It kind of has like a bunch of different herbs in it, and mint and things like that. I'm kind of getting like the nose is when you take that tea bag and you smell it before it actually gets made into tea. Not that it tastes or smells. Well, I don't know what it's going to taste like yet, but not that. But I'm getting like that sort of mixture of spice that's kind of reminding me of bedtime tea.
My bedtime tea uses a little brown liquid around my room here.
I'm talking about when we're not drinking bourbon there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like some nights I just like to have myself a bedtime tea. And
Well,
go
that
to bed
tea's
like
brown,
that,
too.
It is. It technically is. Oh, that's nice. So, as we're moving along here, what Master's Keep have you ever tried there, Stephen? Have you had any Master's Keep before?
I think I've had the 17-year bib.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bad boy.
And I've never had that one, I don't think. I think that's one that
Ooh, I have one open.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. Very good.
I don't think I'll share with you, so never mind.
Well, I've had one, and I've had what was the gray box one?
There's two grays. There's a light gray and a dark gray. Dark gray is the
Decades.
one.
I think I had
But the light
Decades.
gray is the Decades.
Decades.
The tannish gray, yeah.
So I remember liking Decades. I had that one. That was a second release. The first release was the 17-year, 2015. That was the first release ever of the series. And then 2018 was Revival. Was that cherry finished?
Yes. That's
Okay.
Alvez's favorite.
That's Alvez's
That's
favorite.
one of David's favorites.
Interesting. Because I remember hearing a lot of controversy around that one, right? So people were like, well, is sherry finished? What's it going to matter? But so people like that. And then Cornerstone was 2019, 17-year bib 2020, one, which was a rye mixture, right? Wasn't one rye?
One was toasted.
One was toasted. I've had that one. That was 2021. Unforgotten is 2022. I actually did a review of that with Arsenic Culture with Jason.
That, yep.
Yeah, that was the one we did with him. And then rum finish bourbon was 2023, and now we're in 2024, and this is rye, 10-year, oldest age-stated rye. That's the claim to this one, right?
Yep.
So I know all these had like interesting names. Is there any like history or meaning behind them?
I think
like Cornerstone and Triumph and all these,
each bottle has a story, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if you read, like, is there some liner notes in there? You don't have to read
You got to
them
get your
because
secret super coder the box.
some people get mad when we read things from boxes. But isn't there like a big story on there about what it means, why it's called Triumph?
Each release in the Masters Keep series has been a salute to stories in our history, to other whiskeys we've made, and even to other styles of spirits that I happen to enjoy. Masters Keep Triumph is my tip of the cap to my son, Bruce Russell, newly appointed associate blender at Wild Turkey. Bruce has always had a passion for rye, and in making a Master's Keep for his palate, it only felt right. This edition of Master's Keep really is a triumph at 10 years old. It's the oldest age-stated rye we've ever released at the Wild Turkey Distilling Co. For me, it's a magnificent expression of what rye whiskey can be.
Oh.
Anthony goes into me vacations. We laid down the cast, blah, 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 blah. But yeah.
Okay. So each bottle, I think, has a story like that.
Okay.
And the only thing I was really disappointed about was I was waiting for Eddie to bust out and say, this is dedicated to the Woo Revolution.
Well, here's the funny thing about that. So this was going to be the last one.
Okay.
Potentially. It was supposed to be the last one. But Bruce kind of... like I said, it's all according to Bo, but Bo knows.
I think
right?
Bo knows.
Bo knows.
Right?
Dog.
That's
that's
perfect.
It, Bo knows.
Wild Turkey's got to put a shirt out with him on it that says,
Not
Bo
if
knows.
we trademark it first.
Let's do it.
Sell it to him.
That's right.
No.
Website. Get on the website.
That's right. But Bruce was able to, because they were going to make the last one, but next year I just saw the TTB the other day on it. They're going to have one for next year. It's going to come out like 115, 18 proof somewhere through there. It's going to be a blend of stuff that Bruce actually distilled.
Oh, wow.
So like some 10-year stuff Bruce distilled, blended with like 12, 14, 16-year-old something else. But the way that Bruce was able to get Eddie to do another one, he's like, Dad, you hate rye, so do you want this, the actual going out thing to be a rye? And he's like, well, I never thought about that. So, of course, Bo tells the story way better. So, go to Wild Turkey, get a tour of Bo.
Well, there you go. So you're saying that this could be a sign of this series going away. So
the next one is the last one.
It's definitely going away.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's been a relatively successful run of special releases. I mean, I guess we'll find out right here shortly.
At least as of right now, that's the thing. It's the last one.
Okay. All right.
Next year's.
Well, should we go for first taste?
Let's do it.
Sounds good. I mean, as you guys are going to taste here, I just want to say that I've been nosing this nonstop, and I'm liking to nose more and more and more.
It's like a very buttery, brown sugar
You're right.
dessert.
There is a brown sugar to it.
It's good.
Surprising, it's a little spicier than I thought was going to imagine it being.
Yes. The spice amps up on the back end, but the initial sip is like, wow, it's a nice sip. I mean, it's like the spices are dancing. I'm convinced now that this does have like some kind of those tea undertones. I'm gonna have to get a bag of herbal.
It's got a really nice mouthfeel on the tongue. It's gonna be weird. It's a very watery, oily feel.
Yeah, it's oily
but it feels thin. I'm sorry, thin.
Thin, yeah.
Oily on it.
Right.
Which is really kind of an interesting feel on your tongue.
Right. It is. And boy, a nice amount of citrus there. I'm in love with the spice profile of this.
Yeah, it's real pleasant.
That's a very pleasant spice profile.
It's a good mixing with like something with, Coke or something. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
reaction.
ISO.
ISO.
Another podcast member.
I need a 12-pack of Coke. ISO, meaning I need this. I need these.
Man, I can totally see what you're saying, though. Because with a little bit of the spice and a little bit of the citrus, kind of like one of those tea bags you're talking about. Right. I mean, I see what you're talking about. Not just like regular plain black tea. It's that
sleepy,
yeah, the sleepy time, NyQuil.
NyQuil.
Codeine.
Non-alcoholic bourbon, right?
Definitely does not have any kind of that feel to it.
No, those little bags you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, man, I'm excited by this. I like it a lot. I mean, I tend to like ryes anyway, but this one, I think at the proof point makes it super approachable, and it's not like, how sometimes when something's a barely rye, it tastes more like bourbon than rye. This stays very much true to tasting like rye, but not like in an offensive way.
So like the aftermath in your mouth, the warmness that leaves is really nice with a little bit of spice.
Right.
It just lingers.
It just kind of linger.
It's lingering, and I will say that sometimes, because we're moving kind of quickly on the podcast, we record our episode, we may revisit the bottle, and a lot of times we do. I go back to something like, there's some nights when I'm having something to drink, and I'm like, I just don't like the flavor that it's leaving, not after I'm done drinking it, but like 45 minutes later, right? 45 minutes later, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. This almost seems like, man, I want it to be like that. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's a very nice finish. It's
remember when DJ was talking about when he was writing the book and he would have a sip of like scotch and it would just linger in his mouth.
Chew on it and hold and chew.
This will be like for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm at a deficit here because I don't have the experience with the Master's Keep series like you do, Kenny. I know Steven doesn't either. But everything that I've tasted recently, now I never tried the rum yet, but I tried the one. I thought that was okay. I wasn't super excited about it, but I thought it was okay. I really did like Unforgotten, but then again, I liked the Unforgiven releases that happened back in 20, whatever year that was, 16, 15.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just a Wild Turkey Rye fan.
Maybe
that might be it.
I love Wild Turkey Rye.
Yeah, I think
it's so good.
I think
that's
that might
why
be it.
I'm so glad that Bruce is moving up the line there because you're going to see more and more of that. They have those rye picks coming out.
Right.
Like I said, I've already seen some listed on secondary.
You already picked one, right?
We did pick one. It's not been. I did. I was very lucky to be get invited to that. That's not came out. It's not been bottled yet though. But man, I'm excited for those.
Right.
Very excited.
Now, see, even though I wasn't part of the episode when David Jennings was on, it's very fresh in my mind since I did pretty much do a wild edit on that, a marathon edit to get it out. I know he talked very fondly of this bottle, And so I'm trying to figure out right now if the reason why I'm loving it so much is because he talked fondly of it when I listened to that episode, or if it's not a false positive here. I think that I'm having a moment here. I think I really like this.
Yeah, he did walk that back a little bit. So the night that he was here with me and Steven, he'd said that he drank it. He thought it was like a top 3 Master's Keep. I know that, he did tell us he's walked that back a little bit. Still thinks it's towards the top, but not that high.
Okay.
And I will just be honest, I actually had it last week and we blinded it.
Right.
And I didn't love it. I'm liking it way more now.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's just
Is this the same bottle?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just being open a week now.
It was fresh crack when you probably did it, right?
Yeah. And so I definitely enjoy it much more now than just a week ago.
Well, what were you blinded against,
Yes, we blinded it against Michter's Toasted Barrel Strength Rye.
Okay, which is a great pour.
We blinded it against Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 3.
Another rye killer.
No, Batch 1.
Batch 1.
No, Batch 1. That's what it was. It was Batch 1.
Wow, okay.
And we blinded against Raconteur.
Oh, man. Raconteur.
Raconteur.
Love that.
Raconteur.
What a great pour that is.
But it actually finished with me, and I'm not going to say who else blinded it, just in case you don't want to be out there. But with me and the other guy that blinded it, this actually finished 4th place with those.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
But I will say, 100%.
Those are all higher proof, though, right?
No, I mean,
I'm not
a
insulting
little
the
bit higher.
here.
No, they are. But maybe 5 to 10 proof points at the most. But this is definitely, honestly, is way better now than it was a week ago.
Okay.
Just being open. It really is.
Well, I'm definitely enjoying it.
Speaking of blinds,
Well, yeah.
I have something to throw against this.
Well, if you're going to throw something against this, I just have to tell both of you this. I didn't take a big pour to begin with, but I've already finished my pour because that often happens when I really like something. So, we're going to have to get a little bit of a refill here because
it's good, though.
We really liked it. So, I know sometimes you guys make fun of me and say I take these heavy pours. This night I did not take a heavy pour, and I kind of wish I had.
Yeah.
Because it's your bottle, Kenny.
That's true.
All right.
So I'm good. I poured heavy.
Heavy.
All right. So that one. Steven, close your eyes.
I'll close too here.
All right. Almost done pouring the blinds. Give me 1 minute here. Fellas, you can open your eyes and you got the blinds. You got a right and a left. Do not mix up your right and left. Oh, foul ball, barely. Dang it. But yeah, we talked about that. We do record ahead of time. I mean, we have busy schedules.
Right.
So tonight is UK's second game in the College World Series. So it's bottom of the 5th and it's 0-0 right now. So go Big Blue.
I'm sure we have some listeners in Texas, but tonight we aren't with you, Texas. We want to beat your large behind.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas. That's why I said
Big
large
behinds.
behind. Yeah, big behinds. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll have blinds in front of you.
All right, my favorite part of the episode.
So you don't know which one's which, but
I'm going to mix them up, Kenny, just to upset you.
Keep your right and left. Steven, you put front and back again. You messed me up. All right.
Well, you did it like this.
There you go.
And I went like this because they're more in line with me.
We all have our own methods here, Kenny. We will respect however people want to taste their bourbons.
ISO.
In search of. I love it. That's great. You know what? I want to have a whole episode where I just said, in search of, meaning I need these. And now I get to say it 3 times in one episode.
Those are some of the funniest posts, though.
I know.
What's funny is sometimes you'll see, I'm not going to say a specific because it's just general, but say there's a bottle that if you look at, you see it posted all the time and say it's a $500 bottle, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll see somebody ISO and, they post a picture of it and then and you just see 400. So when you see $400 on a bottle that has been 500, a lot of people just go, "Ooh, Ben," real quick because they're trying to.
Right.
Then they don't look back. Oh, never mind. You were ISO this. Yeah.
Right. All the time.
But that happens all the time, especially if somebody mispriced or is really wanting a lot cheaper price than what things have been going for.
Right. I love when some poor guy too forgets a decimal or something, and then they're like, everyone's like, Ben, back up, Ben, and they're like, no, I made a mistake, and everyone's like, oh, we're gonna hold you to it. Then everybody calms down. Oh, the pleasures of the bourbon enthusiast markets.
You can do like that Target episode.
What's in the Target episode?
Keister it.
Okay. Oh my God. I still can't believe that guy possibly stole a bottle of 1792 small batch.
Oh,
shame on him.
Jeez Louise.
Walked out with
crazy.
It. God.
Crazy.
Only if we knew somebody at Target that we could report that to.
Oh, Izor. Izor.
Oh man.
Or I know this.
You know it.
This other pour.
Do you know though what?
I think I've had it before.
You think you've had it? Okay. I was going to say, remember what Kenny always says: don't try to guess which one's which.
Yeah.
Just tell me which one you like
that's
more.
funny because my left, which I think is the Triumph, makes the right have like no nosing at all.
Okay.
Like none. Might as well call it the Clyde May of smells.
Wow, Clyde Mays.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Because I'm not getting any nose from it at all. I don't know why.
Well,
But the taste is really good, and I think I've had it before.
you know what? I like both of these.
Yes.
I tried both of them. I think that my right is not Triumph, but again, I'm not trying to make any preconceived notions.
Yeah,
here.
I'm with you on that
I
one.
think my right is something different.
And I really do if you're blinding out there, I really do recommend not even remotely beginning to try to guess what is what, like Steven just did.
I know, and
Because I used to do it.
I said it.
And I used to do that, and it really still plays with your mind. So I always just try to just drink it, give it first place, second place, and then save enough to go back and guess afterwards.
Okay. Well, you know what's interesting? Whatever the blind is, I feel personally is higher proof. Okay. I also think the spice profile is a little bit more cinnamon and oaky, like a seasoned oak,
Yeah.
than the one that's on the left.
Right.
And the one that's on the left, to me, is just more subtle, more crushable than the one on the right. But I think the one on the right is like a rye lover's delight. You know what I mean?
He's poetic tonight.
Yeah. It's a rye lover's delight.
Oh,
but
Anthony AI over there.
AI.
AI wrote that for him.
Here we go.
Anthony AI, boy.
It's AL.
Just wait till next episode.
Uh-oh.
We have a great review for the next episode. Hope all the listeners enjoy it.
You guys are ridiculous. So, is there a way to just say that I like both of them? I have to pick a winner.
I'm trying to think if I kind of.
I mean, you just got to give a nudge one way or the other.
Oh, man. Whatever you pick the blindness against is really good.
Yeah.
Like, really freaking good.
So did they put it with the Old Forester 100?
If it was Old Forester 100, I would lose my crap, but I don't think so. There's not enough citrusy lemon stuff going on. I get a lot of citrus in Old Forester rye.
It's really good, though.
Like lemon rind.
Nosing, I'm going to give to the left, hands down.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
Now, it comes with taste. I'm having problems.
The nosing of the left glass, I just want to sit and nose it all night. The funniest thing is, do you remember that one night that we were hanging out with Mossick and his brother and other people, and Mossick's brother said, I can just sometimes pour a glass and just nose it for 45 minutes, and I was like...
And he's not joking.
I know. And I was like, what's the matter with him? Why would he nose the bourbon for 45 minutes and not drink it? I kind of feel that the left glass I would nose for 45 minutes and not drink it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy nosing.
Yeah.
A lot.
I know. Yeah, you do too. So,
Now, I would eventually want to taste it.
yeah.
45 minutes, a long time.
No, but when he said that, I was thinking like, oh, he's a little weird. Now I'm like, man, I could totally do that.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Man, holy cow.
I know which one I like better.
Oof. I think I'm going to give the slight edge, and I say very slight edge, to the right glass.
I like the right better.
Very slight edge to it. But when I say slight edge, like I am very much splitting hairs here. Like I'd be happy with either of these.
Yeah. I like the right better.
Here's what I'll say though. The only reason I like the right a little bit better is because it's more punchy, leading me to believe it's higher proof.
Right.
But still, man, left glasses, they're both good. But yeah, slight edge.
I think
to the right.
I think I might go left
Okay.
because I can't decide on the tasting.
Right.
I like them both, but left has more of a way better nosing.
Gotcha.
So I think on that aspect, I might pick the left.
Okay. All right. We're looking for
it gives me more than just the tasting.
Oh, I'm right there with you,
Yeah.
man. Like these are both dynamic whiskeys, and I really. You don't want me to guess what I think is in which glass, do you?
Oh, you can't now. You made your mind
I really
up.
think left is the wild turkey, and I think right is the unknown. I don't know what it is. I was going to guess what it was. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
No, even I would say that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me what the right was.
I'm going to guess that it's no, I don't know. I
Okay.
really have no idea.
I mean, I'm with you. The left, I believe, is Triumph,
Okay.
and the right is Mr. Pocket Pours.
So the left is Triumph, and I like the right better. Anthony likes the right better. Steven likes the left better. The right is my old Louisville pick.
Shannon, I'm sorry.
You're kidding. No.
I'm totally kidding, but I just wanted to say it in this episode. Because I have to say it every episode.
You know what's funny? I actually had a pour of your old Louisville pick last night. A very small pour, and I'm like, that is not your old Louisville pick. There's no way.
No. So the right is a Knob Creek Rye pick by David Jennings.
Wait a minute. Is this
That's the one you have.
Oh, that's okay.
I like
That's
it.
awesome.
It's
That's
great.
a darling pick.
So here's the thing.
It's a really good pick.
It is 115 proof versus 104.
Right.
Okay.
But the Triumph is 260, 270.
Right.
And this Knob Creek Rye pick was 75.
I was going to say 70.
Wow.
What was it? 70?
No,
75?
I was going to guess.
Yeah, no,
70,
yeah.
70,
Yeah, 70, 75.
bucks.
So that does put it into perspective that even though Steven picked the Triumph first, now that you know pricing points, is it worth the difference kind of thing? And that's the whole point of that, you know?
Right.
And so I like, and I really wish I had the Cornerstone here. I don't have any Cornerstone. I wanted to get Cornerstone for this episode.
Yep.
Because that's the other Wild Turkey Master Keep Rye.
Right.
I thought it'd been cool to blind to get some Cornerstone, but I didn't have any of that. And then Alves had a great point. There's a Knob Creek 10-year rye out,
Okay.
and I believe that's 104 proof, the exact same proof as this Wild Turkey Masters Keep. But I did not have any 10-year Knob Creek, but we do have this 115 proof pick.
Okay.
But that would have been really interesting because the Knob Creek Rye is 10 years, the Triumph is 10 years. They're both 104 proof.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to put that up against that just to see. But this pick by David was awesome. So that is, I give the nod to it by a little bit, but this Triumph is way better now than it was a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, it could keep, getting better.
So, Kenny and guest Anthony, would you pass, try, or buy on the Wild Turkey Masters Keith Triumph?
Let me go first, Ant Dog.
Yeah, actually, this is going to shock our listeners out there. I am a rye fan. I was not disappointed by this bottle, even tasting it next to a $75 bottle. I'm going to go a different direction here. As a person who appreciates whiskey, which I hope our listeners do, and I hope everyone does, I can't really recommend not buying this Wild Turkey. Like, in fact, here's what happened. I bought this Wild Turkey because of a work colleague. The work colleague lives out in Lawrenceburg, and I said, hey, man, if you have a chance, when it released at the distillery, can you swing by there and pick it up for me? Because it was one per, and other people were out there, and I couldn't get out there. He said, yeah, no problem. So he buys it. Then I hear from Kenny, it finished last in that blind that he mentioned earlier, and I went, dang. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what am I going to taste then? When I finally get a chance to taste it, what's it going to taste like? And I'm not disappointed. I love it. I'm happy to have a bottle of it, and I'm buying it. I don't even care. I love David Jennings. I think his Knob Creek pick is awesome. I don't think that everybody's going to get a chance to taste David Jennings' Knob Creek pick, but if you get a chance to buy this, I would buy it.
Boom. All right, I will be a try because I think it is really good. It is their oldest age-stated rye from them. Mm-hmm. We have that Pride of Anderson County rye, but it's not under Wild Turkey's label.
I don't think I've ever had that, though. Did I have it?
We had it best of.
Oh, I like that. I rated that high. I rated that very high.
So that is really old, high-proof Wild Turkey rye, but it is not under Wild Turkey's label. So I still think I'm going to try. It is it's very good. It is a little citrusy, a little good spice to it. You don't get the ethanol pop. So at the price tag on it, compared to what like this Knob Creek Rye pick is, that's what leans me from a buy to a try. So I'm going to try. Steven, sir?
I'm going to surprise you with this one. I'm going to be a buy on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
My man.
I really like the nosing. Mm-hmm. The mouthfeel I liked. I said it was that
buttery,
thinner, like oily feel in your mouth.
Yep.
I like the warmness. I like the tasting of it. Had a lot going for it. Even against this blind, they were neck and neck, but I enjoyed the nosing of it.
Right.
I agree with Kenny about the price of it compared to something only $75, but I think it's really good. So
yeah, that's awesome. And here's the thing: when it comes to limited releases now, I mean, should we think this is normal? A lot of people have harped on this, guys. In 2015, when the first Master's Keep released, the 17-year-old bourbon that has close to dusty kind of Wild Turkey stuff in it, it was $150. Mm-hmm. Fast forward now, the MSRP's crept up to around $275. I mean, I know when I got a rum finish last year, it was close to $300 after tax and everything. So it's pricey. And Wild Turkey has a lot of pricey stuff now, which they didn't always have. But I mean, if even as a new normal, you have to kind of level with that sometimes, right? With the price tag of what you're drinking. I mean, I know that it drives a lot of things, but if you want something special, you want a limited release, sometimes you just got.
I mean, it comes in a box.
Can I be a horrible person right now?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sip that.
Uh-oh. Why does he say you got to be a horrible person?
He's giving you
because I'm like
horrible.
extending the podcast and throwing another blind in. All right, you drink on that side of the glass. You drink on this side of the glass now, Steven.
This is Beetlejuice.
So,
Ooh,
it's good.
that's an interesting taste.
Yeah. What are you picking up from it?
You're gonna laugh.
What?
I got like,
Oh, God. No, this is great.
it's like a sour ribbon candy, but not with the sour part. It's just like the ribbon texture flavor. That's why I laugh.
Yep.
Just because gonna roll eyes.
Yep.
But not
Man, that's tough for me because he just throws this in here, doesn't say anything about it, but it doesn't. What's that blind supposed to do for me? Am I supposed to compare it to the other?
What do you think?
I think it's good, but I didn't like it as much as either of the other two.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
This is a Wild Turkey 9-year rye, straight from their barrel. It's like 101 proof.
Is that the mystery barrel you talked about?
That's the one that they let you try when you're there doing a barrel pick.
Okay.
And we were like, Bruce was out of the country. So we like thewed a little bit more than we're supposed to, and I brought some back.
This isn't going to be Wild Turkey 101 rye, is it?
This is going to be, so they have those picks coming out now.
Okay.
And they're not going to be quote unquote Russell's picks. They're just going to be Wild Turkey rye picks.
Okay.
And you're going to see some that are not picks, just distiller releases only.
Right.
And you're going to see some that are picks from groups and stores and stuff like that. And they're going to be between 8 and 9 years old, 8 and 10 years old.
Okay.
I think. Well, no, ours was a little bit younger. Ours may be 7 or 8 years old, 8 years old maybe. But this was the 9-year-old version of that. So I do like the Triumph better than that.
So what? Do you know what the price would be?
My guess the same thing, probably $70 to $80.
Oh, okay.
So that's a thing,
Well, again,
I just wanted you to try that and see.
I think it was good. I'm not saying anything bad about it. And I think that with the
That's the one I blinded Bruce on.
Oh, really?
I think I told that story a couple episodes ago. Where I blinded him on his own stuff,
He said it was good.
Yeah. And I'm like, good. I'm glad you like it because you made it. So that's good.
Awesome.
All right. So with that,
Boom. And with that, thanks for listening to this week's edition. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also,
Head on over to our partner, the Woodwork Collective, at woodworkcollective.shop. Enter code MASHUP for a 15% discount.
let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it neat.